Hey guys, it's Owen Wilson here again with another video. So I got some requests from a certain someone that he wanted to hear about my adventures in a movie called Shanghai Noon, and I just figured there's a lot to be said about this film, and you should just go see it yourself, but in case you can't, I'm just gonna go ahead and read off of the Wikipedia. So here we go. Shanghai Noon is a 2000 American Hong Kong martial arts western comedy film starring Jackie Chan, Owen Wilson, me, and Lucy Liu. Oh wow, that's a pretty good trio there. It's gotta be a good movie. The first in the Shanghai film series, the film marking the directorial debut of the directorial debut of Tom Day. What a good guy. It was written by Alfred Goh and Miles Miller. The film, set in Nevada and other parts of the American West in the 19th century, is a juxtaposition of a western with a kung fu action film with extended martial arts sequences. It also has elements of comedy and the buddy cop film genre, as it involves two men of different personalities and ethnicities, a Chinese Imperial Guard and a Western outlaw, to team up to stop a crime. It was partially filmed in the Canadian Badlands near Drumheller, Alberta, Canada, and also near Cochrane, Alberta. A sequel, Shanghai Nights, was released in 2003 with David Dobkin as the director. And I gotta tell you, this was a great movie. I know in my last video I talked about being a cowboy as a little action figure guy, but when I was like a full-sized cowboy, that was just a really cool thing. So here's the plot of the movie. In 1881, John Wayne, played by Jackie Chan, is a Chinese Imperial Guard from the Forbidden City. After Princess Pei Pei, for whom Wayne has affection, is abducted and taken to the United States, the Emperor of China sends 3 of his guards along with the royal interpreter to retrieve her. Wang is not one of the 3, but he tells the captain of the Imperial Guards that it was his fault the princess was kidnapped and insists on joining them. The captain first refuses, but when the royal interpreter, Wayne's uncle, offers to allow Wayne to come help with the baggage, the captain agrees in hopes that the foreign devils would get rid of Wayne. In Nevada, Roy O'Bannon, aka me, Owen Wilson, is an outlaw who with his gang hijacks the train Wayne is on. When Wallace, a new member of Roy's gang, kills Wayne's uncle, Wayne chases the outlaws down. However, the gang is well armed, and Wayne's only choice is to unhinge the cars and get away from the engine. In the process, Wallace takes over the gang from Roy, and they leave him buried up to his chin in desert sand. Meanwhile, Pei Pei, who was tricked into believing she was freely escaping her arranged marriage in China, finds out that she's been kidnapped by an agent of Lo Fong, who ran away from the Forbidden City and is viewed as a traitor. He was viewed as a traitor by the Chinese. When Wayne finds out that Roy was buried in the sand, he demands to know the location and a direction to Carson City. Roy tells him that the city is on the other side of a mountain, and Wang puts 2 chopsticks in Roy's mouth for him to dig himself out. When Wang comes out the other side of the mountain, he gets involved with a Sioux tribe by having the boy chased by the Crow. A boy chased by the Crow tribe and ends up reluctantly marrying the tribe's chief's daughter. Falling Leaves. Wayne finds a small town area where he encounters Roy in a tavern. He confronts him, and he ends up starting a fight with him that turns into a barroom brawl. The two men get sent to jail, and after Falling Leaves helps them escape, they become friends. Roy trains Wayne in the ways of the cowboy, assisted by Falling Leaves. So, we're just gonna take a quick pause here. How cool was it? Okay, I don't mean to toot my own whistle, but how cool would it be to not only be a cowboy, but to be able to teach Jackie Chan how to be a cowboy? Just saying. Anyway, we're gonna move on a little bit here. When they get to Carson City, Roy discovers that both he and Wang, now identified as the Shanghai Kid, are wanted by Lo Fong's ally marshal Nathan Van Cleef, and the two of them narrowly escape. They go to a bordello, but after the drunken encounter by Wayne, the marshal eventually captures and arrests them. They find out that Lo Fong is behind the kidnapping of the princess, and they're about to be hanged. Wayne manages to break himself free after Falling Leaves shoots Roy loose. They escape the execution site. Wayne, upset over Roy previously telling one of the prostitutes about the bordello he was not Wayne's friend, rides off alone to find the princess. When he finds her in Lo Fong's labor camp, she tells him that she does not wish to return to China. Fong finds out about Wayne and attacks him. However, Roy, who has followed Wayne, saves him from Fong, and the two reunite. That was a good part. The next day, the two partners go to the random point in Carson City Mission Church. The three Imperial Guards arrive with the gold, and Lo Fong has the princess in hand. However, a simple exchange becomes complicated when Wayne shows up and Roy points a gun towards Fong. She's like, wow, what's gonna happen? Well, I'm about to tell you, so sit back and relax if you haven't already. Because this is Wilson Whispers ASMR, so you gotta relax. Anyway, Wang tells his fellow guards that he will not allow them to bring the princess back to China, as the Chinese and Lo Fong fight amongst themselves. Van Cleef arrives and engages Roy in a gunfight. After Roy is limited to one remaining bullet, Van Cleef simultaneously fires both of his guns. But Roy, unscathed due to all of Van Cleef's shots missing him and going through the priest's robe he wore for a disguise, shoots him in the heart. Though his sheriff star, Wang fights the Imperial Guards, whilst Lo Fong chases Pei Pei through the rafters of the church. But eventually the guards allow Wang to go with her instead. Wang fights Lo Fong to the bell tower, and Pei Pei is surrounded in the fight. Wang ultimately kills Lo Fong by dismantling the bell, causing it to hang him. That was pretty intense. I still remember that one. That was fun. I mean, not... You know what I mean. After the fight, the Imperial Guards agree to let Pei Pei remain in Nevada to help the enslaved Chinese people. Wallace and his gang come up to the church and demand that Roy and Wang come out and fight, but when the two of them get outside the church to face Wallace, natives from all around surround the gang. In a Chinese cultural celebration, Roy thanks Falling Leaves for saving him, and they engage in a passionate kiss. At the same time, Pei Pei holds a smiling Wang. In the final scene, Roy, who reveals his name to be Wyatt Earp, and Wang are shown as sheriffs and ride off to catch a new band of train robbers. Now that was the general synopsis of one of my favorite movies, not just because I'm in it, but because it's a pretty good movie, Shanghai Noon. thank you guys for listening today for this episode of Wilson Whispers. If you have anything you want to say, did you enjoy the video? Let me know. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button, or however YouTube works anymore, if it works anymore, so that you can get notified whenever I put up a new video. So again, thanks for watching, and I'm Owen Wilson. Wow.